Well, last week I promised this week's Stock Money Minute would be shorter. So we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. No, wait, I'm kidding. It is shorter, but of course we'll look at last week's pick and then have a new pick for this week. John Herman here. A little sunburn from a day at the autocross track, but a little extra heat should help keep our hot streak going. First, we'll take that hindsight trading look at GOGO, last week's pick. That's hindsight trading, where you know we've never had a losing trade. As I stated before, a great feature of ProcessTrading.com's indicators and right edge system is they give such a clear picture when you can enter, they also keep you out of trades that you shouldn't enter. GOGO we described as a high risk pick, and some things we said we wanted to see take place if we were going to enter just did not happen. You can take a quick look at Stock Money Minute 3 to see exactly what they were. We said PT Energy needed to move towards the zero line. Well, it was green, that's bullish, but it was still too negative. Maybe not enough to keep us totally out if we had some other strong evidence. We said PT Sentiment needed to turn up, and momentum ideally would cross sentiment. Sentiment did look like it at least stopped going down late in the week, and we did get the momentum cross sentiment, but even that didn't give us a cross like we had back in early April. And finally, the short-term trend line, we said that needed to power up through the pullback line, the center line. And that looks more like a Prius than a powerful Tesla trying to get above that center line. So, no, we didn't enter, but we did get one more tick mark that goes in the column of never had a losing trade. So what are we looking at this week? Well, nothing really jumped out after looking at a number of charts and said, pick me, pick me. But CRAY, does look like it's worth taking a look at and might turn into something. Some traditional technical analysis fits into the right edge system when we look at support and resistance lines. In this case, that $25 area was significant resistance. Price gapped through it as resistance and has now tested it as support, and that's held. That's a real positive. PT Energy, well, that was bullish, and not unexpected that it turned a little less bullish, turned gray, as it slumped back towards support. A move back up from here, getting some green energy bars or energy holding above the zero line and turning up, well, that would add bullish evidence. Sentiment turned down, but both momentum and short-term trend are at very low levels. A sharp move up from both of these indicators with short-term trend crossing up through the pullback line and momentum crossing the midline could be enough to get us to enter and take a half a position. Crossing sentiment and sentiment turning back up, well, then we'll grab the other half. It's not our most exciting chart ever, but it's worth watching. We'll see if the right edge system gets us to enter Cray or keeps us out. And that's the whole purpose of Stock Money Minute. Learn from every week's pick so that you and I will find and enter stocks like we had the first 2 weeks, CGC and GERN, where we truly needed Virgil and that profit truck to help us with big profits in a very short time. Speaking of short time to say thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you next week on Stock Money Minute so we can check back on Cray and yet another new pick.